Hello ladies and welcome back to My Mature Style. I am Faith and today we are going to be talking about caring for our synthetic units. Now, a lot of times when you get a synthetic wig, you'll see a card like this, and inside it will usually tell you things about the unit, what's it made of, and the texture and that kind of thing. But it doesn't always tell you how to actually care for the wig. Even though sometimes it's called a care card, I prefer to call it a stock card because it's really not a care card. Some will tell you how to care for them, but not all of them do. So I'm going to tell you what I normally do to care for my synthetic units. Let me show you a couple of things that can happen to your synthetic unit. After you've been wearing it for a while, you're going to notice that at the bottom, it's going to get what I call ratty. You're going to tell that the difference in the texture is going to be different at the bottom than it is in the rest of the hair, because the bottom is what I call ratty. When it gets ratty, it starts to feel a little hard, kind of crispy, you might say. And the way that I remedy this, number one, is that I wash it and I will make sure that I condition it. But I don't wash it and condition it with shampoo and conditioner. I treat a synthetic wig like I would treat any other kind of synthetic material with detergent. So I wash my wigs in Tide or any other kind of detergent. I wash my wigs in Tide, and then I will use Downy or some other kind of fabric softener to soften the hair. So after I wash it with the detergent, I will soak it for a while in the Downy to soften it, just like I would any other kind of synthetic fabric. The next thing I do with the unit, if I still feel like I need to, is I will trim the ends when they get hard like that. A good pair of scissors that barbers use, a good pair of barber scissors will help you to make sure that you get the ends cut off the way they need to be, so that the unit is feeling like it feels up here. Once you cut the hair at the bottom, I would use hot rollers to curl it back, because the bottom is going to be straight once you cut it, unless you're a real professional cutter and you know how to do it without going straight across. But I would use hot rollers until they are cool on this hair. And I would not put any product on the hair before I put the hot rollers in. So after you wash it, make sure it's completely dry, and then you can put hot rollers directly onto the hair and keep them there until they cool off, and then take the curlers out and you will notice that the hair is curled again. So those are the main things that I do to keep my synthetic units fresh. I will also sometimes trim up the lace, because when I initially cut the lace, after I have been wearing it a few times, sometimes the lace starts to get a little scraggly. So I will go in and trim a little bit off of the edge of the lace, if I have enough to trim off, so that I can kind of keep that clean. And every time I wear my unit, if I use a hard hairspray like this, or if I use even a liquid like this, I make sure that after I take the wig off my head that I wash off any of that excess from either this or that, from either this or this, to ensure that all of that stuff is off, so that the next time I wear the unit, I don't have any of that residue on the unit. So those are the main things that I do. Once the hair is washed and conditioned and I'm taking care of it, like I said, like I normally do, I will, in between washes, use a wig conditioner spray like this. It sort of doubles as a detangler sometimes, so I'll use this brand called All Day Wig Spray. My favorite actually is this Bobos Remy, and this one is called Natural Argan Leave-In Conditioner, but there's another one in a white bottle called the Detangler. That's my favorite, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere. So the Bobos Remy Detangler is the one I really use, but I use this in substitute. And then I also found this leave-in detangler by Style Factor called Wig Out. I've used this too, so it really doesn't matter. As long as you have some kind of a wig conditioner detangler that you can put in the hair in between, so that when you are about to brush it, after you take it out the pack, I would spray it with something and let it sit for a minute or two, and then use a wide brush, you know, similar to this or Felicia Leatherwood brush or whatever you have, and brush through it after it's been sitting in the leave-in conditioner for a minute or two. That's going to help keep the wig fresh. And then of course, in terms of my storing it, I store it in the original bag. I keep the original bag. I throw away all the paper, cardboard, or whatever, and I store it in the original bag that it comes in, along with the stock card. I just put the two of these in the original bag and I put them in my cubby, and that's how I store them. You can also store them in those wig bags with the zippers and the hanger, because the hanger will go right in the front and then the wig will be hanging, and then you stick it in the bag. That's probably the best way to do it, and if you've got the room to hang these wigs in your closet. So that's pretty much it, ladies. That's how I care for my synthetic units. A couple of you have asked me that question, and so that's why I wanted to go ahead and do this video, because I don't believe I've ever done that before, to actually tell you how I take care of my synthetic units. So there you have it. I will put the products down in the description section that I use, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, as well as checking out the videos that you're seeing now, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye.